So many of you have asked me, hey Brandon, can you share with us the actual real numbers, how much you made your first year selling real estate, how many houses you sold your first year selling real estate? What did that first year really look like? And I wanna share with you the real numbers, what actually happened to me my first year in real estate. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you my actual tax return. So let's get started. The questions that you guys always ask me is, Brandon, how did you do it, right? And so my first full year in the business, I sold 106 properties. I made a video about that right here. You guys can go check that out after this video. But my first 12 months, from the day I started, got my license, that first 12 months, I sold 66 properties. And the question always is, well, dude, how did you do that? Well, to be fair, I came from the mortgage industry. So I've been in this business for about 15 years now. And the first half of my career, for the first 6 or 7 years, was spent on the mortgage side of the industry. And so I came from a world, I was raised in an environment when I was on the phone for 6-7 hours a day, making phone call after phone call after phone call. That's how I was raised in my career. I started in the mortgage business when I was 19 years old. So I was very, very used to prospecting. I was very, very used to sales. And so to be fair, a lot of real estate agents that come into this industry don't come from a sales background, but certainly even if they do, they don't come from a direct sales background like I did, where I was held accountable, and if not, I was fired. Next, I had a coach from day one. So here's the deal. I look through the lens of coaching and consulting like this. So many of you know I train and coach agents, right? And so many agents look at coaching and training as an expense, right? They say, oh, I can't afford it. Well, I looked at it like I couldn't afford not to, okay? Here's why. Success is very, very simple. All we have to do is go out there and find somebody who's already done what it is that we want to accomplish, right? Everybody knows that. And then all you simply have to do is ask them, how do they do it? And they'll show you how to do it. So for me, coaching and consulting was that vehicle. I believed, and I did it from day one. I didn't even have a license yet, and I was in a year contract with a coaching company spending $1,500 a month before I even had a real estate license. Why? Because I just wanted to be told exactly what to do, and I was gonna go out there and do it. The next thing I did was, for the first 6 months, I didn't have any deals going on, right, for the first couple of months. So all that I did for the first 6 months of my first 12 months, I did 100 contacts minimum per day, not 100 dials, 100 conversations with property owners looking for listings, okay? So that would take me 6, 7, sometimes 8+ hours per day. And so when I tell agents that, when agents used to come fly into Metro Detroit and they would shadow me for a day, they were like in disbelief. They were like, I can't do that every single day. And so, one of the reasons I tell people, listen, this is what I did. This is what helped me sell 66 homes that first 12 months, and what helped me sell 106 homes my full calendar year in real estate. And it's what is gonna be required of you if you're gonna actually make it. The next thing I did from pretty much day one, I guess maybe it was 30 or 45 days into the business, I hired a full-time assistant. Now, I know many of you that are watching this are gonna be like, dude, there's no way, I can't commit right now to a 40-hour-a-week assistant. I can't afford that right now. And I'm telling you, that is the same mindset that's keeping you stuck. That is the same mindset, this limiting belief mindset that keeps you from achieving high levels. I understand that mindset. However, the way that I just look at things, I look at things differently. I look at things through a different lens. And so the only way that you or me, the only way that I was going to make 100 conversations a day, the only way I could stay on the phone for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, every single day, was delegating all of the non-productive activities to somebody else. That was the only way. The next thing that I did to help me sell 66 homes my first 12 months was I focused all of my efforts on listings. I didn't worry about buying internet buyer leads from Zillow. I rarely worked with buyers. The only buyers I was working with for the first, well, I don't work with any buyers now, but for the first couple of years, the only buyers that I was working with were either property owners that I had listed. That, in my opinion, is the best buyer in real estate. So somebody that I had their home on the market, I was gonna sell their property, they had to go buy another property. I worked with those buyers, or in the beginning, I worked with my sphere. Now I don't work with any buyers, but in the beginning, if any other buyer lead came on my plate, I delegate it to another agent in my office for a referral fee. Now I know you're watching this saying, oh my gosh, I can never give up, that type of commission. I can never, anything that comes my way, I'm gonna help them. I don't care if they're a buyer, I don't care if they're a seller. Again, that's a scarcity mindset. The abundance mindset says, well, if I say yes to everything, right? And I'm not saying, and I'm not niching down, I'm not staying focused, what am I saying no to? You're saying no to high levels of productivity. If you're working with buyers, chasing buyers all around town, nights and weekends, it's gonna be very difficult for you to do a lot of transactions. Gonna be very difficult for you to make a high income. So the moment you guys all have been waiting for, my first 12 months in the business, how much money did I make? I made $362,000 my first 12 months in real estate. You're looking at my actual tax return from my first year in the business. And so I just wanted to show you this, not to brag, I don't care about this. I care about you. I care about you getting results in your business. That is the only reason why I'm sharing this to you. So many agents get into business and they have these limiting beliefs, or they have big goals, but their actions are very small. I wanna show you what was possible. So next, watch this video on exactly what I did to sell over 100 properties in my first calendar year in real estate.